Alright, we're gonna make a rooster. I want to show a feather real quick because that's more fun at the moment. I made these the other day, one using some top coat and one using pre-felt. I actually think the pre-felt, let's do a pre-felt one too, because I think I can get it a little bit thinner. I used 2 layers of pre-felt, but I think you could do it with just one. And then these I made, this one has a piece of this yarn in it, which I'm pretty sure is synthetic. I'm not positive. My friend Lee probably gave it to me. And then I was just kind of experimenting with, you know, maybe a couple different textures to have sticking out of their tail. But roosters, they have a similar structure that the hens have. This kind of inner, like more precisely shaped structure. And then they have, you know, several longer ones. And all the different types are different. And then they have the saddle feathers that that come down on the side here. Okay, so to make a feather, if you wanted to, these guys, I didn't make any feathers. I did I was just playing with wrapping the wire, and that's with silk, just to have something a little different in there. And then he's got locks. And then this one is all locks. So I put some short locks and then had some kind of sort of extra long, crazy locks. But I do want to try a feather. So I'm using the Raven house carded bat. And the first thing you want to do is just wrap a thin bit around your tacky wrap stick so that it's got some wool on it and you have something to stab into. And I even sort of leave that just kind of sticking off to get that extra fluff on the end. That should pretty much stay. And then with the pre-felt, you're just going to cut. With this one, I just cut a shape. I pretty much cut a rectangle and then just felted the wire into the middle of it and then cut the edges. With this one and these, I laid some fiber across. Trying to restack it. This will get pretty short. It's not super long. So you're going to have some waste because you're a little bit more. So try to keep it on the thin side. Then put that on there. And then just put a little bit more on top. The Raven bat has some purple and teal in it, but I could take one of these and sort of fuzz it out a little bit. And get some of this in here. When it stabs through, it looks cool because it just kind of looks like the iridescence that you want to get. All right. So I'm trying to keep it thin, stabbing it all together. It's a great job for the punch tool, which I'll grab in 1 second. Make sure it doesn't totally get stuck. Try to feel the wire in there and kind of stab along it so the stuff gets really really attached to it. What's happening, Milo?
Oh, just mesmerized
Mesmerized?
by your
or
feather,
sleepy?
by your feather creation. I'm thinking I see your head a lot, so after this feather, we're gonna take a break and I'm gonna move the camera.
You see my head now?
Well, not this second,
But I mean, I'm not even really.
I know
leaning
the
in.
camera's too far back.
Okay. Okay.
That's what's happening. That was your nose.
That was my nose. Everybody wants to see my nose. All right. Then we cut it like a feather. Just want to get it a little bit thinner, a bit more delicate. These I put, this one I just left with the teal, but you could put a thin stripe down the spine, and that kind of, that also helps hold everything together. So this is just a little bit of the gold core wool. And if you stab that on there, it's like an extra staple for all that fiber that's going across. Okay.
All right.
All right. Let's work with like healthy 6-inch pieces. And I'm making quarters. And first one's gonna go up the neck to the head. Actually, what I think I'll do is just stop and go back down. Start to build up the base of the body and the neck. All right, and then let's wrap out the tail and back. So hard to wrap these little wobbly little wire pieces. That was kind of a big piece for that, but I just kept going around. All right, and then another quarter we'll do the figure 8 between the legs, and then with the other quarter we'll do the figure 8 over the back. So I'm gonna go over the back and between the legs, and then over the base of the neck and between the legs. So it's an infinity with the X being between the legs and the loops being over each side of the body.
For directionally kind of challenged people, that's a tough one. I say that because I always struggle with the figure 8 wrap.
Then we're going to do one that builds up this area a little bit. So it's also an infinity, but the X goes over the back. So the X goes over the back, under the butt, over the back, under the chest, over the back, under the butt, the back. Now let's take more like a 4-inch piece, just like the width of your hand. Split that into quarters. Now the roosters don't have the big poofy legs like the chickens do. They have a nice, long, lean, muscular upper leg. So I just want to go down.
You're almost off the camera.
Down to here, like not quite to that backwards bend, and then back up. And I try to just finish by attaching to the body so that it is incorporated and not like have the fluff return to the body. Ready for spring, Milo.
Yeah, it's cold and windy out there.
Mm-hmm.
Soon.
Mm-hmm. I know you've got some rooster dress.
Well, yeah, most of them are. I have a lot of chicken material.
Chicken.
A lot of the rooster stuff is laden with innuendo. Or actually just obnoxious. I can go with laden with innuendo.
Right. So the last, or another quarter, I'm going to start on the neck and come up to the head, and then do the head crisscross. Same way we did on the chick and hen. Like roosters, they have teeny tiny little heads, like on top of this freakishly small heads. On top of this long neck.
How does a rooster kiss his girlfriend?
With his pecker?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we want to go ahead and get that comb on so that it's in place and everything that we build on top of it. Oh man, I just lost my good picture. Helps hold it on. So I want to get myself a nice about 1 inch wide and 1 inch tall doubled up. Actually, I need to felt it a little bit. And we're going to put that core wool across the center and felt that onto his little head. Very tedious. I need that little. I had a baby stabby wabby.
Oh. I can find one.
Okay, thank you.
How little?
Either size should work.
Ooh.
Thank you.
There you go.
So this just helps me not have to bend over. Ooh, no, I almost done myself. Helps me not have to bend over so much. I want to actually bring this a little bit more forward, like have the comb hang over the beak a little bit. So I just tipped it more forward as I stab. It's very satisfying, I feel like, when you're attaching to the wrapped armature, because you can really feel the needle get right around that wire. All right. See how I put it a little more forward?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so now I can stab this together.
Again with the reference pictures, so you can see placement.
Yep. It's really looking like a velociraptor now. Yeah, with this top one, you kind of want this pre-felt to become one. And then with his, let's see. With his waddle, the waddle we want is we want to felt this a little more so that it holds together. I guess if you like really wanted to make sure it was super durable, you could put some poppy across it. But I don't want it to get too bulky. Then we're gonna felt this on under the chin.
Your computer goes to sleep very quickly.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes if you are using it and you keep, it won't do it as quickly.
Oh.
Like it learns that it's in use. Because like if I'm painting or using a reference picture and that I have to look at often, it stops going to sleep so quickly once I keep refreshing it. I don't know what you can see, but I got Rooster butt in my face and looking through the legs. It's so funny. Okay. They have, I guess I'll go ahead and trim this down a little bit now. Basically just getting it a little more rounded. Alright, they have a good sized, like, kind of defined chest right here. A little, I feel like the hens are just kind of big all down here, but the rooster has a defined chest. So I'm gonna I had another quarter of a 4-inch piece, and I'm just gonna fold it in my fingers into a 1/2-inch pillow. And I think I'll put it this way. I'm putting it across. Kind of tacking it on the side, and then, oops, putting it across the chest. Alright, then I want to do the same thing. I want to start from the legs and the back and work my way up. So let's give him a little leg skirt. I'm going to do it in the black. I think this will be okay in terms of length. Make it a little bit more for each pile here. So I'm just making a taco. I want some blue on there, I think.
All that fiber.
I know. Can you grab
Which-
the peacock? Here's some iris.
Do you want
And
the
some blue lagoon.
bat or
Yeah, the bat that's sitting there. So this is iris, this is blue lagoon, and then thank you. This is the house carded Santa green, and this is peacock.
Wow, the colors definitely are coming across a little different on the camera,
Yeah,
which is very interesting.
I'm gonna put a little bit of blue on here. So how do they look? More dull, more?
That looks more royal blue,
Huh?
but it's pretty teal, really.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and make them at the same time so I remember what I'm doing here. Yeah, I want the blue on the outside, so I'm flipping it over. All right, and then each of these is going to go onto a leg. Now, in this case, I want to get it a little more lean looking, not a big poof. So I'm sort of taking it around tighter and felting it in a little more. And this is a great use for this too. Whenever you need to come to the outside of a limb. So on the white chicken family, I just tried to have some variation in the whites. Like I didn't make them totally white. I put some tans and gray and brown, or kind of like that buff, kind of a buff color. Oh, he's so handsome in his little blue pants.
Yeah.
What does he get on his bum? Not too much under here. I think I did shingling from the butt up towards the chest, because we don't want a ton of fluff down here. They don't have the big fluffy butt like the hens did. So I'm gonna use keep using a combination of the raven and the peacock. You put a little bit of brown under there. This is just a little bit of black bear, which is a little kind of more natural black. So I want the fringe to come towards the tail. Felt the center 1/3 of that. And then fold this over. And then I'll just do that again. All these little folded shapes add bulk. So that's why we don't make them too fat with the core wool. Can I ask you a favor?
Yeah.
Could you get for me back, there is some scraps of the merino pre-felt?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need some black, yeah. Dark, yeah. So I'm putting the second piece, overlapping the first piece. and just up towards the chest. And let that fold over. And blend in. I'm trying to decide if I should do like a straight up blue on the chest. I keep leaning away and looking at my reference picture. The fun thing about these things too is like they're all different. I mean, yeah, there's certain types and everything, but actually I think I'll do like a rich purple on his chest. Purple mixed with a little bit of, this is the eggplant top coat mixed with a little bit of, oh shoot, oh my gosh, the colors are leaving me. The darkest red. And I want to put this over his...
If black is there, I do not see it.
Oh, okay, I'll get it. Gray works. Kyla, I mean... What's this?
Oh, it's new, so I don't know.
It's not the one. It's not new. It's, oh my gosh, it's totally just
Bing cherry?
Bing, yes.
Oh, okay.
Gosh, I couldn't. Like, it's one of the ones I know, and I just couldn't retrieve the word. So I'm kind of trying to accentuate by where I put that and how I felt it, accentuate that chest poof. Oh, I know. See how he's getting like, what I really want is his tail sticking up more. Okay, now I want to make kind of that more defined tail piece, and then we're going to put some feathers and longer fun things on top of it. So, let's see, how do I want this structure?
So what size
Something
do you
like
have
that.
there? Two?
About 3 by 2.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's just a starting point. So I want that to do something like that. And then these, I think instead of putting them in it, I'm going to put them on top of it. But I am going to put one of these in it. And some black. Or maybe I'll put some of this color that's in the hen just to relate to her. This is like where it's just like a little kind of fussy. Just gotta play with stuff. Sometimes the little feathers that the roosters have under their tail are a little more brown than the kind of iridescent ones that are on top.
So looking at lots of pictures will help people make choices.
Yeah, for sure. Or confuse them, either way. That's a little long. I don't want these to be too long. I just want them to stick out. And then I want to put a little bit of a matching color on top. What did I have? Oh, that was for something else. I'm going to mix some brown in my hands real quick.
You got a big pile of fiber
I have a
over there.
big pile of all kinds of stuff over here for sure. This is chestnut, black bear. It's just sort of what I have over here. I'm just trying to dull out a color a little bit. Be be a little bit weird, but that's okay. And I'm basically covering that pre-felt. All right, now it's gonna go on his tail like this, with this being on the top. So before I fold this over, I want to put color on the top and get these feathers incorporated in here. So put that in there, put that on there, and then how am I gonna, I think these will just kind of like stick. Just 3 is good. 3 is a magic number. That's a big poof.
Hey, they have a lot going on back there.
Yeah, these feathers are maybe a little out of whack. What do I want to do? I'm gonna go for it.
With that wire, they'll help you. They could stand up.
Yeah. All right, little man. You're about to become a big man.
That was the clean one. You wouldn't believe what was out there. Telephone pole, you know.
We're gonna have to have a disclaimer on this. On this one. Jenny, are you laughing in there?
Jennifer.
She's trying not to laugh.
Too much? You think I should edit that one out?
Jennifer's in her too. We just look at each other.
I cleared it with Marcia. She said it was fine.
Oh my gosh. All right.
I'm gonna have to edit that out.
No, I think you have to keep it. All right, while we were trying to gather ourselves, I felted that on. And he needs saddle feathers, which I want to do. A reddish brown would be good. What did I get? I did not choose wisely. Okay.
That might be just kind of like, wow, how did that tail get on?
I know.
Because she had to edit out a joke.
Alright, these are going to be the saddle feathers. They come down like this. I want to lose, I got to cut it and lose some of this bulk. Otherwise we're going to be out of control here. So I'm putting them on the side, felting this on, and I'll do this on each side, and then I'll put some Bing Cherry over it to really hold the locks on. So I just try to find like a nice group. Marcia makes some pretty locks.
Mhm.
If you ever have like a defined lock, like on the hummingbirds or these guys, or like making these feathers, do odd numbers is the way to go.
Why?
It's
I mean,
more,
I've heard it before, but why?
Yeah.
Why is that?
It's more pleasing, just aesthetically pleasing. I don't know why.
It's
That is-
odd because you
Yeah.
would think even numbers somehow.
It's just in terms of design and yeah, I don't know why exactly.
I've heard it with, you know, not
Flower
just needle
arrangements
felting. Yeah,
and-
and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, he's so pretty.
He
He's
is
very
pretty.
Americana, like the
Yeah.
colors, the new colors that we have. All right, so I'm just putting on some Bing mixed with Caliente over this. Try and give me a little more grab to needle felt these locks in. I don't want them to slip out. Roosters often have this little white poof at the base of their tail, so I'm going to put that because it's something about it is like it just makes it more characteristic, I guess.
Rooster complimenting his woman.
Oh yeah?
Girl, you're impeccable.
That's funny. Alright, he should technically get wings, but I feel like I'm running out of space here. I think I'll just do a bright blue little, just a tiny little triangle, basically. Their wings have a little more detail than that, but I'm running out of room.
So you pulled some...
I pulled iris and
peacock?
peacock, yeah. So pretty. So pretty.
It definitely is coming across very iris in color.
Looks more iris. So I'm just making a triangle to suggest the wing. You'll see in real life there's a lot of, like I said, a lot of stuff going on in their wings. A lot of different feathers and colors, but he is only 4 inches tall, so gotta compromise a little bit.
Your reference picture is one good-looking rooster.
Mm-hmm.
He can certainly strut his stuff and mean it. Round the barnyard.
Yeah. We had a rooster once.
Aren't they mean?
Ours wasn't. Ours was a little, how do I say this?
Henpecked?
Like, did you question his sexuality? He was in love with one hen. He was really sweet. He always let them eat first. He was just a sweetheart.
Oh.
I didn't question his sexuality. He was just very sweet.
Well, you think a rooster is going to be a big jerk.
Yeah.
They have to rule the roost. Oh, this one I do like. The rooster may crow, but the hen delivers the goods.
Right. Isn't that just the way it is, though?
Uh-oh. A hen that struts like a rooster is often invited for dinner. Not in the good way.
What does that mean?
Its pride goes before the fall. Not like come have dinner with us, like your dinner.
Like your dinner. Oh, he is wild. Okay. He just needs his neck piece, and it's going to be golden. Trim this up a little bit. It's going to be golden. He's so funny. Okay. What do I have here? Let's do 2 layers. We'll do brown, golden. And bright golden. Actually, oh my gosh, there's so many possibilities. Red would look pretty in there. This video is gonna be a mess.
You-
We've got a lot of issues going on. I'm gonna shorten these up a little bit. Wow, these locks are perfect.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I want to put these. I think I'm gonna nix those. Cause these little orange ones are just they're silky
Amazing.
and yeah. So it's just gonna take a bit of fussing for me to get them.
Marcia done good on those.
Mhm. You could stab these on directly. The one thing about making this kind of folded over piece though is that because of the way the roosters move and the things are layered on, it actually works really well too. And also actual roosters, when this piece comes around their neck and you have that kind of dent down the center, they actually have that. I don't know. I prefer to layer these things up and then like make a piece and then felt on the piece.
So when you say the video is going to be a mess, do you mean as people work and realize there's a gap in footage, it's because things were removed? We'll just put that out there.
That and my monstrous chick. She's okay. If I make another one, I'll be aware to make her a little smaller. It seems like maybe too much, but as soon as you get around the neck, it gets so thinned out. Try to get rid of this. Anything that has like a big bulk, you kind of don't want.
Oh, pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I said the other day I didn't really like orange and yellow, but
Yeah, in some places they're
This
just
is-
perfect.
yep.
Alright, that should do it. So I have this bat that was from, I don't even know what I was making. That matches nicely. Trying to get a little bit more golden as I go higher. So this is the Santa Gold.
The other one kind of looks like Santa Gold mixed with Red Fox. I mean, not that you did that,
Yeah,
but if
I
someone's
don't know.
trying to approximate the
I
color.
don't know what I was making.
Looks a little giraffe-y.
Eh. Alright. Excellent. Excellent.
You know, it's really cool. These are made from scratch.
Almost as cool as our jokes.
Not quite. Oh, handsome.
I know. Excited about him. Alright, let's put that little red redness that they have on their face.
Oh, you're okay, yeah.
Okay. That helps kind of tighten everything down, really. Fun. Alright, then he just needs the white dot and the black dot, and then we'll cut his comb.
Yeah, that's a weird thing.
What?
The comb.
Yeah.
When you really look at it,
I
it's
know,
just
they're a little
weird.
freaky.
So's this white ear.
I know. Yeah, it's a weird little thing.
We just left the year of the rooster.
What is it now, dog?
I don't know.
There's so much possibility with these. Like, so much character to go into them. So many colors, textures. These guys are a rowdy looking couple. These ones I made today. I think they're little troublemakers.
It's very possible. You know, they have done some studies and they've seen that the hens are more attracted to the rooster with the large comb.
Huh. Kind of like the lions. The females like.
Oh, big or mean?
Yeah, and dark.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I get it. Alright, let me look at it. You stab it through one way and it comes out the other way. I gotta be a little more delicate stabber sometimes. Alright, so I want to, first I'm gonna kind of cut the shape that I want. And then I want it to go bigger. And then I want it to go smaller. And then I can cut a few points into it. It's gonna be a little bit delicate.
I can't think of another project where you've used a single needle so much.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room here for the pen tool.
Oh,
I know. Here they are with their great big baby. With their gigantic spawn. Here's what we want your chick to look like. Here's what we want it to look like. So I have some 2020 hindsight footnotes.
like what?
Like my chick ended up too big.
Sort
So
of big.
I was thinking, I folded those cheek poofs. Instead of doing that, just take a little bit and just do a taco under the eye instead of like a folded pillow.
Oh,
and then
it's smaller.
Keep it smaller, and then the head, I feel like it was in the head that it kind of got too big. And the other thing was, I had a bag of Surrey next to me, which comes in all kinds of natural, beautiful colors. Sometimes we get a fleece in stock and have it for sale, but we don't carry it regularly anymore. But it's perfect for the feathers because it all comes, they're straight, they come to natural points,
And I totally meant to use that in his tail and completely forgot. So, or the neck feathers. It would be great.
Well,
What?
it's okay.
Oh, thanks. Once.
Don't get your feathers all ruffled.
I know. Thank you.
Sure.
Once you get past the armature and the feet, it really is fun because it's just fun colors, little shapes, lots of textures, and then they just come together like pretty quickly. So that's all I got.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of tastiness.
Yes. Yep. Little morsels.
Yeah, lots of them.
So thanks so much. I hope you guys enjoy the tutorial, and I hope to see the things that you make on our group, Serafina Felting Fanfare.
Oh, it's gonna be loaded with Rooster
Yay.
Sticks.
Yay.